Hey everybody, welcome to ABA Inside Track, the podcast that's like reading in your car, but safer. I'm your host, Robert Perry Cruz, with my fabulous co-hosts.
We're here as always. It's Diana.
We're here as always.
And always here, Jackie.
Yeah.
She never leaves.
So
Never.
welcome. If you're new to the show, this is our monthly preview episode. These come out every month to tell you all about the behavior analytic articles we will be discussing on the show. The format of each of these episodes is we pick a topic and then we have some related articles in the field of behavior analysis that we read and discuss. And read. Usually we read and then discuss, but who knows?
And then think about and
Ponder. We usually do some of that before we record, and then we record it and you can hear our thoughts.
Sometimes.
A ton of fun. It's been a little while since we've recorded one of these with various holidays and vacations and everything.
But also you forgot that we are called ABA Inside Track.
I said that at the beginning.
No.
I didn't.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure I said
But we are that.
ABA Inside Track. I'm pretty sure I said
Here we are.
Here we are.
Anyway.
ABA Inside Track. And we would be remiss if we did not mention that it's February, which means...
Da, da, da.
Oh, yeah. It's my birthday.
ABA Inside Track wishes a happy 40th birthday to Robert Perry Cruz.
I feel like we don't read the names of people who send us emails, but we're saying exactly how old and when we turned that old to the listeners. That's great.
Rob
it's your birthday!
is older than me.
Rob,
Yep.
I made you cake.
You did not make
By
that
making
one.
it, I mean I sliced it.
You cut that
especially
one
for you.
Seven
You do
Up.
make a lot of cakes, but
After
you did not
purchasing
make
it
this
from
one.
a store.
Nope.
Happy
Yes.
birthday.
Thank you. That's great.
It's
Yeah.
delicious.
We're real excited.
It's really moist. All right. So that's out of the
Yep.
way.
I'm still kind of. Maybe it's because I'm getting old. I'm
Yeah.
pondering. I'm pretty sure I said this is ABA
It's
Inside Track
okay.
at the beginning
I
of
don't
the
know
show.
if you said it or not.
I'm the co-host on the TV show that before the cook
Mhm.
is like, and then you wrap it up. I'm the one that's like eating it all before you're supposed to like pan in and out. You're like, this is delicious. That's me. Anyway,
I think I cook like. Do you remember that sketch? It was a Saturday Night Live sketch with Phil Hartman and John Goodman, and it was cooking with the anal retentive chef.
no.
And they have John Goodman. He's like, oh, I guarantee, and he's like, I'm gonna spit in the pot, And Phil Hartman is like the anal retentive chef. He's like, now that you've cut the tomato and you're gonna put it in a bag and you're gonna roll that up. And you're gonna put that in the trash. I feel like that's how I cook. I'm like very focused on keeping my
That
station
is so
really
true.
clean,
You are that way.
which sort of misses
Your
the
mise en
point
place.
of cooking. What does that mean?
All your stuff's in the right place.
Oh, yep. That's what I care more about. And
Anyway.
organized. Like
Yeah.
Ratatouille when they
Anyway.
say you got to keep your workstation clean.
You
Yeah,
guys
mise en
watched
place.
that.
Yep.
You guys watched that.
We watched that last night.
I know.
Yeah.
Not all of us.
For Rob's birthday.
I didn't.
Watch Ratatouille.
That's all I wanted to watch for my birthday was Ratatouille.
But anyway,
Well, let's move on to what we're going to be talking about in this month of February. It's a nice short month, yet we still got 4 episodes coming out total, including this preview. So really,
Okay.
3 full-length episodes where we'll be talking about a given topic and related articles. Here are the topics, and here are the articles if you'd like to read ahead so that you can better debate your car radio or your iPhone or whatever while we're talking at you.
true.
Or email, get your email, to us ready. Tell us how wrong we were, how right we were, whichever you like. So our first topic this month is going to be on visual analysis. So visual analysis of graphs.
Yes.
This is something that I feel like a lot of folks kind of did in grad school and then never again. So this seemed like a good time as any to kind of look at some recent articles or some general articles about how we can use our visual analysis and keep improving our visual analysis skills. I know I like to use visual analysis like we all do. And you always have that nagging feeling of like, am I doing this as well as I should be?
Right.
Am I getting a little rusty? Am I sort of like resting on my visual analysis laurels, for
Ooh, I like that.
instance? Thank you. So here are the articles we'll be reading. The first is from Behavior Analysis in Practice in 2019, and it's called Systematic Protocols for the Visual Analysis of Single-Case Research Data by Wolf, Barton, and Maiden. We're also going to be talking about using dual criteria methods to supplement visual inspection, replication, and extension by Falligant, McNulty, Hausman, and Rooker from the Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis. This is an early view 2019, so it might be online instead of in a publication yet, so you can find it online. And then finally, database decision-making, the impact of data variability, training, and context by Vanselow, Thompson, and Karsina from the Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis in 2013. Two of three of those authors have actually been guests on our show. We're going to say they're friends of the show.
Yeah.
How cool. It's
I
not
love
where we
it.
picked the article, but it's nice. It's always nice to know your authors, right? So that'll be our first topic. Our second topic, we're trying to do everything online and save paper, which means I have to go through lots more windows. The second topic will be talking about how behavior analysis is used in, for many of us, I think, kind of an interesting field that we hadn't even heard about, and that's in the police academy, or in teaching police skills or police-related skills. Policing.
Oh.
I'm not sure that's what they call
It
it.
might not be. Luckily for us, since we don't know much about policing, we will be having a special guest on. We'll be having John O'Neill come on, and he'll be talking about his research in the field. So he'll give us all the right terminology. So hopefully he's not watching this and being embarrassed how terrible we're referring to everything. But it's behavior analysis in police, the police
Training.
academy, and police training.
There we go. Got it.
And we'll be talking about two articles, both by John O'Neill. And the first is from the Journal of Organizational Behavior Management, and it's Functional Behavior Assessment of the Unintentional Discharge of Firearms in Law Enforcement.
Don't want that.
Yeah, and there's a topic I was not actually ever thinking of teaching,
Nope.
but wow, I guess you can use behavior analysis in it. I guess we shouldn't be surprised. We talk about that a lot. And then also from John, we have Police Academy Training, Performance, and Learning. And that's, again, by John, Dawn O'Neill, Caitlin Weed, Mark Hartman, William Spence, and William J. Lewinsky from Behavior Analysis in Practice. And that's, again, online first. So it's like 2019, I believe, is the date on that one. 2019, 2018, kind of. Great. So those will be our two articles. And then we'll have Mr. O'Neill on as well to say how I don't know what I'm talking about.
Howdy do.
Which is great, because that's why we have guests, so they can tell us what we don't know.
Ooh, one more, everyone.
And then finally, we will be talking about self-monitoring, which is a topic we've sort of discussed in various
Skirted
formats
around.
before, but
We flirted with it.
We've
sort
looked
of-
at it
Yeah.
from a side of the bar and went, ooh.
Ooh, is that the face?
hi.
That's your come in look there?
It works.
Ah.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey, audience.
And so we'll be talking. So we said, what we should do? We should just talk about self-monitoring
Let's do it.
itself. So that is what
Yeah.
we'll be doing. And that is going to be,
Asking
again,
it
a
out
couple
on
articles.
a date. We're asking it out on a date.
Ooh, okay. And we tried
Making it
to cover
official.
the breadth of self-monitoring because, again, we haven't really covered it in any exquisite detail yet. So we said,
Always
let's
the bridesmaid,
find a
never
lot.
the bride.
That's right.
Monitoring.
And we'll be talking about effects of self-monitoring and feedback on residential electricity consumption by Winnett, Neal, and Greer from the Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis, 1979.
Woo!
Great song. The effects of self-monitoring on the procedural integrity of a behavioral intervention for young children with developmental disabilities by Plavnik, Ferrari, and Maupin from Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis 2013. An unexpected effect of recording frequency and reactive self-monitoring by Critchfield, also from the
Excitement.
Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis, also from 2013. I wonder if they made gold or candy with self-monitoring. It was
Yeah.
unexpected. Was not planning
It's
on it.
alchemy, guys.
Wow. There it was all the time. And then finally, self-monitoring during spelling practice, effects on spelling accuracy and on-task behavior of 3 students diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder by Rafferty Arroyo, Janane, and Wilczynski in Behavior Analysis and Practice 2011.
17.
Why is it 2011 then? 2017. Sorry
Cool.
about that. And so, yeah, that covers a lot of different ways you can use self-monitoring, not just in the classroom, which I think a lot of us are probably more familiar with, but also in performance for employees, and then also in, I think, the Critchfield one's on swimming, and then electricity consumption. So we're going to hit as many quadrants as we can with our self-monitoring topic, and then maybe come back around and do some more with it in the future. Who knows? We'll see how that episode goes. And that brings us to the end of our February topics. So let's talk about some errata. What's going on in the world of behavior analysis? Diana, over to you. At the sports desk.
Thanks, Rob. This just in. That's not what errata means at all.
It's never what it
errata
meant.
actually means an error, but we have now used the term in a more
Broad.
nebulous way to include anything else that we want to talk about in the episode.
And by now you mean for the past 3 years.
That's correct. Over to you, Jackie.
Okay, everyone. Here at the news desk. You know how they always play with the paper?
With a ticker tape.
Here at the news desk. I have some emails.
Okay.
One listener wrote us in December, and her name was Amanda. And she said, I love a podcast. I live in Australia. And she's currently on holidays in a little seaside town on the East Coast called Yamba.
Wow.
I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah. And so she's been catching up on some of our older podcasts on her daily walks. We're walking with you, Amanda, in Yamba. And she is just really excited about us. And she said, nerd burglar alert, which is why I chose this email to read, because I love that phrase. So thank you, Amanda, for emailing us. And I am also a nerd burger.
Whoop, whoop.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And she gave us some ideas for future episodes.
Mhm.
Too. So we always write all those down whenever those come in. And if you guys out there have any other ideas for us that you'd like to hear, please let us know and we'll add them to the list.
It's a big, long list.
It's a big, long list.
I think we got through. We got through a number last year. And I hope this year
A
will be
number,
the same.
yes.
A number of
Yeah,
them.
some number.
Could have been 1. Could have been 30. Who knows?
yeah. And then we also had another email from a student, Isabel, asking about whether our podcast can count as unrestricted hours, and it depends. I know we go over this a bunch, but remember, it depends on whether your supervisor says that it does, and if it relates to one of your clients, then maybe.
My general recommendation is read the articles that we discuss and then discuss those articles with your supervisor and maybe listen to the show as supplementary,
Yeah.
right? But count the time that you spent with your supervisor and that you spent with the articles as long as they're related to your current clients as your actual unrestricted time. But it is up to your supervisor at the very end of it all.
Right. And then finally, a listener, Lizette, Facebook messaged us and said that she likes us and she looks forward to listening to us and for all that we do for the ABA community. And so
Aw,
thanks. That was really
That's so
sweet.
nice.
Yeah. So thanks for doing that. Sometimes even we, as behavior analytic podcasts, need the kind words once in a while.
Yeah, that's like super sweet.
Yeah. So
It like
thank
makes
you.
my day when I get one of those. So that's so nice, Lizette. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not a big social media person, but I think one of the benefits of it is that it's a lot easier for folks to get in touch with people. You know, if they feel like email's too formal.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to email them, but you know, if you have a Facebook page, we have Facebook, we're on Twitter and Instagram. You know, so if people
Pinterest.
send us Pinterest, people want to send us stuff there if they want something kind of informal or just kind of shoot us a quick message. That's always a fun way to get in touch with us, and we love writing back to folks. Usually, it's one of you guys doing it these days.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks, everyone. Thanks, listeners, for listening and telling us that you're listening.
Yeah.
Cool. In other podcast news, everyone out there should probably know by now that BACB education credits have changed names. So the type that we are offering are no longer called Type 2. They're now called Learning CEUs.
Mhm.
And so anyone who's ordered a certificate in the past month will note that their certificate now says Learning CEU on the top of it. So just so you know, that's all set. And what the other thing that everyone should know that you would know if you read your BACB newsletter
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
is that all CEUs now need to have an attached copy that's submitted to your own portal for every CEU that you claim for your BACB recertification. So we send you those, but those also need to be uploaded by you to the BACB portal. So everyone
Not
should be
us.
on the lookout for those and collect them as they come in versus waiting your whole 2 years and then
Be
entering
like,
them at
"Where are
the
all
end. You'll be much
papers?"
happier with yourself if you do them as you go.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that's that.
Cool.
Yeah, excellent. And then I guess the last bit of news for the end of I know this is the beginning of the month, but something to keep in mind for the end of the month
End of the month.
is we are going to be having a behavior analytic trivia night.
Woo!
So,
Trivia. Fun
Jag, I know,
time.
Jackie, you did all the hard work and hitting the pavement and went to every place in town and
It was
other
hard.
towns and
It was
begged
hard.
them to let us come. And they said, "Who are you?" And you said, "I'm Jackie from Arabian Inside Track." They said,
Who?
"Never heard of you. Get out of here."
Except for one. So, yeah. So, we decided, remember, one of our New Year's resolutions was to have more fun,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Doing it.
Yeah. So, we're doing it. So, in February, the end of February, February 26th, I
It's
believe. It's
Wednesday
a
night.
Wednesday.
Mhm.
I believe it's going to be around 7-ish, 7 to 9-ish.
We'll post again with more
Yeah.
detail. You
Yeah.
don't have to remember it all right
ish.
now.
Do you like that? You can go to Ground Effect Brewery, and that is in Hudson, Massachusetts. and you can do trivia, behavior analytic trivia with us.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun, have teams, just come. We're going to make up some questions. We're just going to have a grand old time. And I did get to do all of the searching for the brewery. The beer is good.
Not a bad job.
Nope. You can bring your own food, so that's nice. Yeah, so it's a fun little place, and it's relatively new. And so they have graciously allowed us to come and have a trivia night for all of our behavioral analytic community.
Cool. More details
Yeah.
We'll be in
will
a
be
Facebook.
in some other format. Yes.
Personally,
We'll either do another video or we'll do like a little
yeah.
snippet, episode, little thing, just reminding folks in the feed. So we'll have something else out there to remind you when we get a little bit closer to it. But
I'll personally come to all of your houses and knock on your
if you
doors.
want to send us your address, we will have Jackie come to your house. So
And I'll
again,
give you an
I know,
invitation.
some of our listeners, or a lot of our listeners, don't live here in central Massachusetts, and coming to Hudson is not going to be possible. So if you would like to, that sounds cool, you'd love to go, you can't make it because you're going to fly, so you're not going to fly all the way out. Yeah,
You're on the coast.
yeah, you don't have time. What might be fun? If you're interested, please feel free to send us an idea for trivia questions for folks, or topics, or things that you think would make it a good trivia.
That would be
night.
helpful.
It's the first one we've ever hosted. I mean, you two are professional professors, so you've asked lots of questions of people before,
But not trivia like
but
this.
not exactly trivia. And I know, so we're going to try to make it fun as well as educational. So if anyone has any fun ideas or cool questions, please feel free to send them to us. And there's a lot of ways you can do that. We mentioned a few already, but why don't I tell you the rest of them? Shall I? Of course, you can always send any correspondence whatsoever on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, all the social media places. You can find all these episodes up on YouTube as well. You can put comments there if you want, but don't send interesting trivia questions to the comment section. I don't know if we'll see them.
We will. I see all of them.
Okay.
So will everyone, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so will everyone too. You can go to our website, abainsidetrack.com, where all of these are posted and where you can apply for CEUs, not for this episode, but for our normal episodes. And of course, you can feel free to write us an email at abainsidetrack@gmail.com. And please, if you enjoyed the show or you're interested in hearing more, subscribe to us and leave us a nice review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. Whew, that's all the plugs. I did them out of order, so it's hard to remember.
Got it.
All.
Still got it.
Can't wait to see you guys. Can't wait to see you guys.
So hopefully we'll be seeing a lot of you at the end of the month, and hopefully we'll be hearing from a lot of you as the month goes on the interwebs. But I guess that brings us to the end of our February preview. Look out for our full-length episodes next week. But until then, keep responding. Bye!
Happy birthday, Rob.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.